The world is changing, and in some places, that change is happening faster than we're prepared for. From rising sea levels to disappearing freshwater sources, climate change and human impact are reshaping the map. Some places that exist today may vanish entirely in just a few decades. Here are 6 real locations that could disappear in our lifetime. The Maldives. The Maldives is known for its crystal clear water, luxury resorts, and dreamy overwater bungalows. But this paradise is also one of the most vulnerable countries on Earth. Made up of nearly 1,200 islands in the Indian Ocean, the Maldives is the lowest lying nation in the world, with an average elevation of just 1.5 meters above sea level. That means even small rises in the ocean pose a serious threat to its survival. The islands are already experiencing flooding, saltwater contamination of freshwater supplies, and beach erosion. According to climate scientists, the Maldives could become uninhabitable or entirely submerged before the end of this century. The government is taking drastic measures, including building artificial floating islands and raising infrastructure, but the long-term future remains uncertain. For many Maldivians, climate change isn't a theory. It's daily life. Kiribati. Kiribati is a remote island nation in the Central Pacific, made up of 33 coral atolls. It's small, isolated, and home to just over 100,000 people, but it's on the front line of climate change. The land here sits barely 2 meters above sea level. Every year, more of it is swallowed by the ocean. Crops are failing because of saltwater intrusion. Drinking water is becoming harder to find. And families are watching their homes literally collapse into the sea. The threat is so severe that the government of Kiribati has already bought land in Fiji, as a possible relocation site for its population. In fact, Kiribati may become one of the first countries to lose its territory and sovereignty due to climate change. It's not just land that could disappear, it's a culture, a language, and a way of life that has existed for generations. Tuvalu. Tuvalu is another Pacific island nation under extreme threat from rising seas. With a population of just over 11,000 and an average elevation of less than 2 meters, Tuvalu is running out of time. Flooding has already become a regular event. Saltwater is destroying crops and contaminating water sources. Storm surges are carving away the coastline. But Tuvalu is doing something different. Anticipating that the land might one day be uninhabitable, the country is creating a digital version of itself, preserving its laws, culture, and even its government in the cloud. This effort isn't just about survival, it's about legacy. Because if Tuvalu disappears from the map, it doesn't want to disappear from history. Venice, Italy. For centuries, Venice has been known as the floating city, a place of canals, bridges, and timeless charm. But now, it's not just floating. It's sinking. Built on a laguna-top wooden foundations, Venice has always battled with the sea. But in recent decades, the problem has gotten worse. The city is subsiding due to its unstable base, while global sea levels are rising due to climate change. Flooding, known locally as acqua alta, has become more frequent and severe. In 2019, Venice experienced one of the worst floods in its history, with water levels reaching nearly 2 meters. The Italian government has invested in a complex barrier system called MOSE, designed to protect the city from high tides. But experts warn that this solution may only delay the inevitable. If sea levels continue to rise, large portions of Venice could become permanently flooded. Venice isn't just a city, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a global cultural treasure. And it could be one of the first major cities in Europe to lose the battle against the sea. Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta is home to over 30 million people in its greater metro area, making it one of the largest urban centers in the world. But this megacity is sinking, and fast. The problem began with unchecked groundwater extraction. For decades, residents and industries pumped water from beneath the city to meet their needs. That caused the ground to sink. In some areas, Jakarta is now sinking by as much as 10 centimeters every year. On top of that, sea levels are rising. Combined with poor drainage and rapid urbanization, this creates a perfect storm for flooding. Large parts of northern Jakarta now sit below sea level and flood regularly during high tides or heavy rains. The Indonesian government has announced plans to move the capital to a newly constructed city on the island of Borneo. But for the millions who remain in Jakarta, the threat is real, and growing. By 2050, experts say over 1/3 of the city could be underwater. The Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is one of the most unique natural wonders on Earth. It's the lowest point on the planet's surface and one of the saltiest bodies of water in the world. But today, the Dead Sea is dying. it's shrinking by more than 1 meter every year. Over the past few decades, its surface area has dropped by more than 30%. One of the main causes is water diversion from the Jordan River, which once fed the Dead Sea but is now heavily used for agriculture and human consumption. Mineral extraction by surrounding industries is also accelerating the decline. As the water disappears, dangerous sinkholes have begun to form, swallowing roads, buildings, and parts of the shoreline. Once a thriving destination for health tourism and biblical history, the Dead Sea may become a cracked, salt-covered basin within our lifetime, unless urgent action is taken to restore its water sources. These places may seem far away, but what's happening to them is a global issue. The disappearing coastlines, collapsing cities, and drying lakes are not science fiction. They're real. And they're happening now. If we lose them, we don't just lose physical locations. We lose culture, history, nature, and identity. But there's still time, if we pay attention and take action. If this video opened your eyes, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it. Let us know in the comments, which of these places would you most want to visit before it's too late. Thanks for watching all in one, and see you in the next video.